Charlie Bennett's Turkey Bash, and we showed up there. I think we got there about 9 a.m. or so after fuel stops. And Thursday they had open testing, which was a radial test. Yeah, so we did some testing there. The first pass we made, little rough. We had the same issue we had at Great Lakes where water splashed onto my driver's tire. And I mean, I almost crashed the car again, like the same way. It was pretty crazy. And then, yeah, come to find out, when we washed the car after the original wreck, there was water like stuck in the frame rail, and we literally drilled the frame rail and just watched water pour out of it in the pits. It was pretty crazy. So,
everyone gave me shit about not washing my car.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Never washed the car.
Well, he did.
Yeah, last time we had
brake clean, but yeah.
I don't think I've washed my car one time since I've owned the damn thing. Not one time.
Yeah, well,
Are
I was
you
upside
kidding me?
down with
Are you
2
kidding
gallons
me?
of trans fluid, so it was a little different on the inside.
Well, yours was Joey. Yours was aftermath of when he rolled it, right?
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's the reason why I washed the inside, because we got hit going through the finish line. The what was that, 2018 or 19, whatever year that was, we got hit going through the finish line and then rolled over, and I had like trans fluid just all over the inside of the car because our catch can was inside the car. So yeah, that's why we washed it. Normally we would never do that, but
Well, I suppose it could have been worse. It could have been trans fluid coming out of a cage and not water.
yeah, that definitely would have been worse. But yeah, once we got that figured out, we got to make, what did we make, 2 hits Thursday on the radial, and we were pretty happy with what we saw so far. I didn't get a chance to obviously tune the car before loading it, so we were kind of just tuning as I went. So we made 2 hits Thursday. Everything was pretty good with it. And then Friday, we weren't going to run. There was a no prep event they had. We were kind of like hemming and hawing. Should we run it? Should we not run it? Like, we never even run the car on a slick with the new setup, and then Hans, of course, wakes up and he's like, put the slicks on. So, all right, fuck it, put the slicks on.
Fucking Hans.
Yeah, that's what I said, fucking Hans. So we put the slicks on it and then came off the trailer Friday, and we actually made a pretty decent pass Friday. We had some heavy lifting through the rounds Friday for their no prep. It was pretty rough, but the first, not sure the guy's name, but the first guy we raced, it was a red hatchback, I think, with a 41X with twin turbos, pretty fast car, but I don't think he had a handle on it that night. So we were able to win the first round. And then second round of the no prep, we drew Bill Lutz, which, obviously anybody that, knows, he's a rough guy to race. So I wasn't quite ready for that, I didn't think, but obviously I was, because we ended up making a pretty clean pass, and he was kind of in and out of it, and we ended up beating him second round. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I sent Brian a video of that Romer had put on your page. So
Zoom, I can get you to this.
Yeah. So then, what did we? I don't remember if there's 2 more rounds after that, but we ended up in the finals, and we ended up taking the win for the no prep Friday night with a black car, which is pretty cool. So
at least according to Romer, who posted that video of that round that you beat Lutz, was the semis, because that put you into the finals.
Yeah, that makes sense. There wasn't too many cars down there. It was the conditions. It was like, we were like driving into water. That's like how dewy it was. So there wasn't.
Yeah.
A lot of guys weren't really a fan of running it. So I think we only had like 7 or 8 cars or so. But
so video. Do you have a video clip actually of one of the races you had? We'll actually put that. Make sure we got the right one here. Give me a second. Give me a second.
No worries.
See?
Hey, you guys talk for a second. Why?
Yeah, well, here, hey, Brian, when you get a second, I'm seeing a countdown at the top of my screen. It says remaining meeting time. I don't know if there's something you could do about that. It's like at 4 minutes and counting.
Yes, I'm good. Well, you guys keep talking, and I'll bring the video back in a little bit.
All right. Oh, hey, Joe, here, let's do this. Joey, so this is pretty much your first time out with the new combination, right? Because you really didn't get a chance to shake it down when you had it out at MKE.
No, yeah, we didn't. We literally, we put the thing on Hans's hub dyno. He's got not a hub dyno, but a roller dyno. He's got a dyno jet. So we put it on there Wednesday night at like 3:45 in the morning. But with the rollers, I was only able to run like 8 or 9 pounds of boost before it started spinning the tire. So I really didn't have too much, I didn't have too much ironed out with it. And then we literally just loaded up that Friday morning of MKE, and went to the track with it. And then, off the trailer there, I just, I whacked the wall, obviously. So didn't get to make any passes.
So I'm curious and I'm not going to get specific unless you want to. Obviously, you've got a new combination, and it's a little different than what you had. Is it is it a pretty steep learning curve, or is it a lot of the same principles go into it?
No, I mean, it's been steep. I mean, the thing we changed, we had a big block Chevy in there with twin turbos. And then after I rolled over the first time, it destroyed the motor pretty good, tore up a bunch of mains and ruined the block. It just didn't make sense to put that back in there. So then we ended up changing to a billet Hemi. And the horsepower difference is just ridiculous.
The look on their face. The look on Phil's face. He's just like, what the fuck? That was fantastic. Sorry.
Yeah,
Joe,
so that, I mean, it's been a steep learning curve as far as the power management, because it's like everything that I was used to with the old motor. It's quite a bit different with this new motor. But we got a hold of it pretty quickly. Actually, I'm pretty happy with how fast it's coming around. So
that's a good thing. Because you never know, you're going to be out in left field if you start a whole new combination.
Yeah. We haven't burned any holes in anything, which is good. So
that's a good start. Are you finding it's a little more responsive to the just small tuning changes than the big block Chevy was?
You know what? That big block Chevy was pretty responsive too. That thing had a pretty nasty torque curve because I think the motor was a little big for what we were trying to do. So the torque curve on the old motor was pretty rough to work with. I think the new torque curve is pretty nice to work with. So,
are you at liberty to discuss how big or small the engines are?
Yeah, I mean, the Hemi we've got to 521, and then my big block Chevy was a 557. So,
okay.
It's a little bit different.
Everybody laughed about everything's going to become a billet Hemi game, and here we are.
Bruce Springsteen and Resurrection.
Damn. All the legends.
You guys notice all the legends are in one shot?
Alrighty.
It's Nick.
Seems like Brady Bunch.
How you doing on that video, Brian? It's coming
All right,
along.
I'm gonna put that up right now for you guys.
All right, let's see it.
Give me 1 second here.
This is which one?
I think this is Joey.
Yeah, it should be Joey and Lutz. Oh, and check that timer out too before it kicks us all
I
off.
was trying to finish up before it happened. So bear with me here. I'm gonna play this while you guys do that.
I feel like we're trying to disarm a bomb. Cut the red wire.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool. Oh, there you go. I don't have that.
We can't see it.
Is Joey partying Sunday, Nick?
I don't know. Joey, are you? Are you coming out Sunday?
What's Sunday?
You were invited.
There should be Joey and Lutz.
Ryan here from MSK. We're getting ready for this Detroithood Pyop, pour your own puddle, and ready to get down and get this footage. You guys ready to watch? Let's get to that action. Let's get it.
I ran up a check, I might do it again. Enemies close, have me thinking they're friends. 10 toes down, I'll be free until the end. Crib outside the city, I don't feel safe in my hands. Took too many years, I was waiting for the wins. I'm in debt to no one but the one who took my sins. I do it for real, there's no reason to pretend. If I do it once, I do it again. Add it up, bankroll, euro, Facebook. Add it up, restore me, everything is on me, no matter what. Add it up, bankroll, euro, Facebook. Add it up, restore me, everything is on me, no matter what. Add it up, told her if it's all me, everything is on me, gon' back it up. Told you I'ma do me, why you hating on me, it's not adding up. I do roll like a Mack truck, coaching hard, I might cop a farm and go act up. Lot of scars, I was cold hearted, now I'm back up. Keep it real, I do this once a month, I'm the money and it's stacked up. Only buying cars, so get tatted up. All that other bull, it don't matter much. You only climb me, I put the ladders up. No fault, I done doubled up on the workload. I think I fell in love with the bankroll.
Oh, no.
Pray
Oh,
up,
Jasper,
get
are you
money, then we
seeing
lay
this?
low.
God.
Then we lay low.
How high you got on there? Oh my God.
Yeah, it's brutal, man.
Everything is on me.
That was so much more violent.
Everybody, hey everybody, we're here with Jake and Brian here from MSK. We're getting ready for this Detroithood Pyop, pour your own puddle, and ready to get down and get this footage. You guys ready to watch? Let's get to that action. Let's get it.
I ran up a check, I might do it again. Enemies close, have me thinking they're friends. 10 toes down, I'll be free until the end. Crib outside the city, I don't feel safe in my hands. Took so many years, I was waiting for the wins. I'm in debt to no one but the one who took my sins. I do it for real, there's no reason to pretend. If I do it once, I do
There's
it
the best
again.
lineup, guys.
Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up, just on me, everything is on me. You matter what.
There he is. Congratulations. Took a weird turn.
You only climb me, I put the ladders up. No fault, I done doubled up on the workload. I think I fell in love with the bankroll. Pray up, get money, then we lay low. Then we lay low. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso.
You're gonna have to get me one of those fancy backdrop pictures.
Everything is on me, you matter what. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso. Add it up, just on me, everything is on me, you matter what. If it's on me, everything is on me, gon' back it up.
Look at that.
Why you hating on me? It's not adding up. Told her if it's on me, everything is on me. Told ya I'ma do me, why you hating on me?
So we're turning YouTube on the TV in the garage, and we'll turn the volume down, and then we'll be able to see better what's going on. All I saw was the wedding photo.
Still have yet to see it go through the whole crash. I don't know if anybody had a finish line cam or not.
I had a finish line cam down there, but it didn't cover the full, because it was just past that when it happened. So that was the best footage that we had of it, which seemed like it was better than other ones that we have seen so far.
Oh yeah, way better. You could see like how many more times the car flipped than we thought.
All the pieces came off and everything, but yeah, it was trying to trippy actually going through all the footage and everything. So everybody out there on YouTube and Facebook, I apologize about the mishaps. Our second time doing our live feed. We had some technical difficulties. It'll be better next time.
Is there any more that?
We had Joey on, Schoolboy. We have Jasper and Phil on, and that was a little sneak peek of the video. It's not finished yet. That's just a rough edit of what's coming up. There's more to come in the video there. But I just want to kind of show Phil the accident for the first time. I let him see, what he went through. I know he was there. I'm sure he kind of a mile a minute. Your mind kind of probably blanked out. Or did you pass out at all when that happened?
No, I didn't. I remember, most of it until maybe I come to the very end. But
it's crazy.
I mean, I seen the passenger top corner of the windshield coming down towards the track. The first couple bangs were pretty loud inside. Probably the third roll, when I felt the pain in my shoulder, and after that, it seemed like it took forever. I mean, I literally thought I was in Ricky Bobby in the big one, like, come on, stop. Or the long one. It just,
we're going to be right back after this.
Quick Applebee's commercial, get kicked out. Keep going.
So, hey, Phil, what, can you tell us what kind of safety equipment did you have on when this crash happened?
Not as much as I should have had, probably. Just a 5-point harness and a decent helmet and a good perky seat. And it looked like the roll cage on my side held up really well. So
was it basically a basic 850? Was it like an 850 cage or?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. It's certainly better than none. I get nervous when I see guys that are coming out, with minimal cage or no cage, and they got big power, and it's like, I don't want to be that guy, but I kind of got to be that guy, No one, you don't want to see nobody get hurt out here.
Yeah, we decided to try to be a little more safer after Jasper. That's why his new car's got quite a bit more cage in it than his old car. So.
Yeah.
Scary stuff.
Yeah,
Well,
that
pretty
one's
lucky.
probably a 25.3, just minus the like double frame rail or whatever.
Okay. Yeah. Imagine if it had been like, an 8-point bar.
Oh God.
Yikes.
No, I would have.
I mean, it peeled the floorboard on the passenger side all the way, wrapped the passenger floorboard around the drive shaft.
Really?
Ripped
Yeah.
Is that from when it went over the wall?
That when it hit the concrete barrier on that side, the concrete barrier tore the floor right out of it.
Yeah. Before when Brian was getting this whole thing kind of set up and he had that video running, I was watching it really closely. And as somebody who sees more of this from the outside and runs events and whatnot, the one thing that terrifies me is cars getting on the other side of any barrier and getting into the grass, because that's when really bad shit starts to happen. And
Yeah, there was a bad one at somewhere in Ohio. I think, what was that, 42 or Pacemakers or something?
I don't know if it's
teal
I know-
new edge went into the like spectator area, bounced off a truck and come back out onto the track. It was brutal.
I know they had a bunch at War in the Woods down in Indiana a couple weeks ago. I know Brian was down there, had a lot of footage of it. I forget all who did it, but yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
I definitely know one of them.
Ooh, that's a crazy place down there.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, there's some wild stuff going on down there. So,
I'm so glad you're okay.
well, thanks, you guys. I appreciate everything. And I also wanted to, you guys have actually already started tearing apart the car already, from my understanding.
It's
And
done.
you
Yeah,
guys
it's done. It's over.
Kind of what your plans are.
Scrap guy was supposed to show up today. I'm sure he'll show up tomorrow, and that one's gone. We're going to ask him how he kind of wants us to do mine, because there's still a rear end in there we got to get out. But other than that, they both should be back at the scrap yard, and one's rebuilt and already raced. And the other one, we're waiting on the chassis. And as soon as we get it, probably, another 6 days going crazy.
So in your
That's
case,
nice.
you didn't hurt the motor or anything when you wrecked yours, Jasper?
Nope, both cars, motor, tranny, drive shaft, rear ends, shocks, suspension. On Phil's, he bent the front struts, but the rear shocks are still good. Mine, everything survived pretty much. I mean, obviously, like the turbo kit didn't. I went from a side mount to a front mount, and it bent every pipe on the way. But we had a turbo kit here. Thanks to Everett. Everett LaForge owns the gray car that Phil was driving. He's part of our second tight crew, and he has switched combos a few times this year and went from singles to twins. So between his kit and what was left off my kit, and this awesome fabricator that Brian met over here, Bobby from Bobby Built, that guy is a gangster, man. Like he makes us the weirdest stuff that we ever asked for, and invents stuff for us. And we couldn't do a lot without him. And then we have Chris Hopkins, who does all our wiring, and we'd be struggling without him too. I promise that. And then we have a supporting cast that does anything else that they can do, whether that's like
go get tacos.
Yeah, go get tacos, hold the K member up, roll another one. Just anything you could imagine, they're doing it. My wife for putting up with any of our bullshit. Like, this is all done in my house out of my pole barn. So
I want to say thank you, Jasper, for your hospitality. Speaking of that, last weekend I came out before the event last weekend to spend some time with those guys and take a look at the car before we went out to go racing. And I just want to thank you guys for hospitality. They have a great team, second tight team that they have. They put that car together, and you saw the rounds that it went down on the track. It's crazy, man. They, him and Sherm would have been a really good race if that really had gone down. And they're both extremely fast cars. I know Sherm had raced Peter Bomb, and they were like tied or something like that, if I remember right. So he's got a badass truck, and I'm sure that this would have been a same kind of race right here. It would have been a good race. And I just going through the footage, Jasper, your car was on rails, man. That thing was just kicking everybody's butt. So I was just very impressed with that. I'd love to see a rematch, hopefully maybe this weekend.
Yeah, I took notice. That's for sure.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing to come out with it. We get, like, as you know, we didn't have any test hits whatsoever. We made 2 burnouts out of the garage to scuff the tires in.
That was it.
And that was it. So like first round, when we pulled up there, we had no idea. And I've got kind of a different combo going on that I'm in love with. So I'll just keep my mouth shut. But so we were really guessing, and luckily we guessed very well on the first round. And from there on out, we just turned it up a little bit at a time. And it actually went faster on the 4th pass than the white car in 40 passes at Onondaga has ever been. So I don't think we could ask for anything more. We had no business beating anyone, and was instantly after probably the second round, I was like, all right, we can probably do this. Now, granted, we had some luck, but we had no ducks we drew either. Like, we drew the worst draw every round. So first round, or one of them, the first round we drew Mike Warden, and that's the guy that split with Beaterbomb at the last event. And then second round, we drew Mark Mauser, which is one of our buddies. And his car's bad fast, man, and so underestimated. I probably one of the most underestimated cars around. He won big tire at War in the Woods, made it to like the final 8 or 6 or something at small tire the next day, then drove to Matone, Indiana for the airport race and beat everyone down there. So very bad draw. And we probably got a little lucky there that he had some problems with his. So then that gave me a little more data. And then we drew Corey, which is a bipolar teammate, which I want to thank Bipolar too, man. They are literally just an extended part of Second Tight, as we are an extended part of them. I mean, we're just a gigantic family, as you saw in the pits there. And I really do feel like a lot of people are in trouble this next year when we have 5 cars showing up everywhere, and that much support for whoever's still in it is going to be extremely complicated for people to deal with when we're all running similar platforms and similar combinations to just rob data off each other. Those guys help a ton. And between all them, we drew Corey, which obviously we never want to do till the end, avoid it at all costs. But we drew each other. He's in a new car too that he's getting used to, which everyone knows is super complicated. You got to get some seat time. And he won the weekend before, at Lapeer, and it's a different surface. So this is his first time at Onondaga, and I thought he did awesome, man. Like, we got lucky there too a little bit. I mean, we both left, and he probably put a car on me in a wheelie. And then as soon as he let down and had to pedal, obviously we drove right by. And then on the by runs where it really flew, I was nervous we were going to power wheelie. We held the front tires probably 4 inches off the ground for 100 feet. And the whole time in the car, I could tell it was higher than it was supposed to be. And I really thought, man, any second now, this thing's going to spring up, and hopefully it goes well when I let out and try to stab it back to soften the blow. But it didn't end up doing it. It held down and left.
I'm still here to tell the tale.
Yeah. And then we turned around and
partly crazy
drew Sherm, and Billy it was down to me, Billy Hoskins, and Sherm Baker, which are all
killers.
Just, bad, fast individuals. And unfortunately, we just, had some bad luck at the end where Billy had to put air in his tires. He grabbed his air tank and it was empty, and he had to go back. If I could go back in time, I would really wish Mike would have let me go while Billy was doing that. And that would have gave me more time to cool the tranny, because we were getting close to dark, and the track has like a dusk rule. As soon as it gets dark, it's over. And we come back after that run, and we probably had about 10 minutes to cool the tranny. And after we did the burnout, I looked down and we were at 240 for trans temp. And, some of this is my fault that we'll be more prepared for. We should have grabbed a nitrous bottle and blew it all on the converter. and probably had the leaf blower, you know, like just some things will change and make sure if that ever happens again, we're ready. I switched to some 4,000 PSI hydraulic lines for an excavator. So they, you know, try not to blow a little better. And I don't know. It just, you know, we drew the short straw at that point. I get it. I wanted to finish it as bad as anyone. I can promise you, like, I wanted to race those two all day long. Like, that's what we want to do. We want to run the baddest people there are at every event. And I don't care what round we get them. That's what we're there for. And if they beat us, that's fine. You know, we're going to take that and figure out where they're beating us at, you know, down low, up top, in the middle, the whole damn way down, at whatever, you know, and try to figure out how to get better. But I couldn't be more happy for how it went, minus, you know, obviously how it started. That was crazy. And after that, it was pretty smooth sailing. That car goes so much straighter than my car. It don't dance around. I've got a few theories on why, but definitely impressed with old little cousin and Boost Seger, man. That car, people are going to have to deal with that.
Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing. I appreciate it. Yeah, that was definitely some incredible comeback is all I got to say. And I'm excited for the future for you guys. And for everybody here actually on the feed, all have badass cars. Some of the baddest drivers there are around, you know, Boost 12, Jasper, Schoolboy. You guys all, you win everywhere, wherever you all go. So, you know, you guys are all badass, not just one of you, all of you guys. And big hats off to Sherm for his win at that event. And thanks from Mike at Detroit TV for hosting us and having this incredible event down there. We appreciate you. Chuck B. Hummel was supposed to be on here. He's the flagger there. Hats off to you two for doing an incredible job. No issues at all the whole event. And we just thank you guys. And I promise you guys a badass video. You saw a little taste of it. And I know this weekend coming up, we're going to be back at that track again for Terror on the Strip. Are we supposed to say anything about Friday, or is that a no? I'll leave it up to you. But
On
anyway,
Friday?
so we have some
Go ahead and
surprises
say
for
it.
everybody coming after this weekend. So we'll see what happens. But it'll be a fun weekend this weekend coming up over there. I know we have some other events coming up across the United States that Trent will go over a little bit later on. And we'll have Limpy out at the Terror on the Strip in this next weekend here on Adega, and it'll be another incredible event. So we'll look forward to seeing Jasper and the crew out there, and anybody else who wants to come on down. It's going to definitely be some big hitters out there and be a good event. And I want to thank Boost 12 for sharing earlier. Sorry about the mishap on that earlier. You have a badass car as well, and I hope to see you traveling some more. It's great to see you down in Kentucky. I hope to see you at other events just besides Chicago and Indiana. So it's nice to people to feel the heat from Chicago a little bit. A handful of bad cars that you have, not just one, multiple bad cars that you have that are bad.
I actually have a question. Hey, Joey, are you
Yep.
planning on campaigning all three cars throughout the season next year with you and Brittany, and then is Zach going to drive his car? Or are you going to do double duty again?
No, I think we're gonna. I think we'll see how Zach is if he's comfortable enough to race, but we want to get him in the driver's seat of it. It just hasn't worked out that way yet. You know, basically as soon as you got that car done, it was like race. You know, we never even had a chance to put him in there and get used to it. So but yeah, I mean, we're going to campaign all the cars, and we've got a couple other ones too. So hopefully, I mean, if we can get all of them out, we're going to have a bunch of different stuff out. But
so now the one question I have is, have you figured out how to clone Hans yet? Because at some point you're going to find that man has a limit. Yeah.
Well, you know what? The streetcar stuff, he kind of stays hands off on for the most part, as far as actual, like having it at the shop. I just annoy him with questions nonstop when I'm working on this stuff.
So then as far as like Brittany's car and Zach's car, are you taking care of most of that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, from like a tuning standpoint, yeah. I mean, I'm, doing it all on everything. And then Zach does the mechanic work with his buddy Brian on his car. And then, Hans has helped out a little bit with Zach's car too and done some stuff for him. And, we all just jump in wherever we can. So
sure. It's an impressive feat, especially when you guys went 3 for 3 over the weekend. All three of the cars won, right?
Yeah. It was pretty rough on me doing that with all three cars because 2 of them were in the same damn class, Well,
yeah, because you now here. Let's hear the story. I know you and Brittany faced off in the finals because you guys were on opposite sides of the ladder. So how did that actually go?
Yeah, so I mean it was pretty cool when I saw we were on opposite sides of the ladder. I knew with the green car, we were going to have to get some luck along the way down there because that car is set up, for us to go street race that thing and run real bad tracks. But we've got it working pretty good on radials too, so just when I saw her on the other side of the ladder, it was pretty cool because we ended up just, meeting up obviously in the final. So,
Yeah. So did she give you the cold shoulder on the way home, or was she good?
no, she was good. Yeah, she was good.
That's cool. Yeah, I know. I've been enjoying watching her get used to the car and get back into the driver's seat and, really kind of, get into it instead of, she's been the lineup girl for you and the lineup girl for her brother and, really on the team end of it. And it's nice to see her get back behind the wheel and start to, knock out the W's on her own. It's really cool to watch.
Yeah, she surprises the shit out of me. And I mean, I hammer that green car for her down low because that's really all the car's got. It doesn't have horsepower. So everything we get done's got to be the first 200 feet of the track. So
Yeah.
I've got to kicking her in the ass every single time she races. And I had to doing a bunch of different things down there, doing wheelies and wheeling 150 feet out on her. And she surprises me every time. She does a good job in her.
Yeah. Did anybody get any video of that big wheelie I kept hearing about? Like second round?
No, I didn't get my iPad out, so I don't have it. But yeah, it drove out and she did a wheelie probably about 150 feet out, pretty big wheel stand. So
Nice. She lived?
yeah, she chopped it like just perfect. Didn't ruin anything. It was
Good
perfect.
deal. No
Yeah.
smashy. Very cool. Glad to see it. Hey, I suppose you should probably go rattle Schoolboy's cage before he falls asleep. Nick, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
So obviously the talk locally has been is Schoolboy going to race or is he just going to play with cars, RC cars for a while? You're
So
murdering
stupid.
everybody.
So
I know.
stupid.
I know. But then you set down the pistol grip and came out and you won Hillsboro.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, we went out to Hillsboro. I think they had 19 cars.
Okay.
So it was an old airport, so pretty much perfect for what we do.
Yeah.
The starting line was decent. It wasn't anything crazy, but pretty good. And we were able to get a test hit in before the event, so that was nice. They allowed you to pay $50 and test before. So
Yeah.
hey man, it
Off
ain't
the
my
trailer.
rules. I love it off the trailer, but everyone else out there was testing. I'm like, fuck it. I'm gonna pay
Well,
you
yeah,
$50 and
I
make
want to test
Yeah.
too.
If everybody
Yeah.
else is going to test, I could see that. But
yeah, they the event started at 11 and the gates opened at 8. So there was guys there, at 8, testing till 11. So I got there, made a quick hit and got a little bit of data and it ended up working out. So
yeah, did you scare everybody with the 4x4 front extension, or were they okay with it?
they were all right with it. It was all barricaded on the sides. So like there wasn't, there was no way to watch it from the front of the car, So
Okay.
like, some of these events you can sit on the side and stuff. There was like nobody out there. So it was all
Super
behind.
zoom lens, checking out
Yeah.
your suspension.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice. Yeah, I saw a couple of the pictures that you had posted and some other folks had posted, but it looks like it paid out pretty good. That's a nice little win. And that was in Wisconsin, right?
Yeah, that was Wisconsin.
Whereabouts? Because I don't even know if where
It was like 40 minutes past the Dells.
it is. Okay, so it's up towards like Toma and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like Camp
yeah.
Douglas.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
Very cool.
So yeah, it was cool.
Very cool indeed. Now we just got to get Brian to get footage of that so he can, start posting footage of everybody's cars and figure out how many cameras Brian can manage on his own.
Yeah, right.
I
Start
we
sending
ran
other
about
guys out there.
7 or 8 of them. They asked us to come to Hillsboro and down to the Kentucky event. Also, both the promoters of both had contacted me, and then I got to get another crew going so I can have more than
Sure.
one crew out here, filming and stuff, guys. We're trying to do that for next year. We're working on trying to get an RV and looking for sponsors to kind of help us with that. On top of that, we got a new canopy coming. We have a new sponsor, Red Tie Canopies. Did a partial sponsorship with us to help us out so we can start selling merch at the event. So
Yeah, it's Josh Minson. Good dude.
yep,
Good dude.
yep. So we can help us so we can start making some more revenue to help us we can be a little bigger and get to more of these events to cover the races for you guys. We appreciate you guys for all the stuff you guys do on the road. We're there for the racers and try to give back. So working hard trying to get ourselves together. So, we've only been doing this for 6 months and come a long way already. So next year is going to be a really big year for us, and we're looking forward to it. And we're just thankful for all the support from everybody and all the racers and everything. And, you guys are all badass, and we'd love to film you guys and show the world what you guys do, and try to be there and catch those moments and give the best possible footage we possibly can for you guys. We work really hard to try to bring the best. I'm born in street racing all my life, and been racing cars all my life. And I just got to be my perspective, what I'd like to see. And that's all I try to give everybody, So it's not perfect. It may not be for everybody, but we try, And again, my hat's off to all you guys, Jasper, Schoolboy, Boost 12. I appreciate you guys. I love coming out and filming you guys wherever you guys are at for the weekend. And Sherm for his win, and just everywhere. We love going to the events. We love doing this. So I have a passion for it. I'm not going to stop. So and keep on going.
All right. I know you want to wrap up, about 8:30, Brian. Do you want me to go over the schedule of what's coming up?
Yeah, you can go ahead and do that.
So that would be
Can we add the RC races to that?
Oh, you can.
I want like a Michigan versus Chicago RC race in a parking lot somewhere.
I don't think I've just seen this. But this
you guys bring out any RTR.
Here we go. Here we go.
I don't know. We had our buddy Bobby build our chassis. It's a second tight chassis, mid motor.
It gets a little rowdy.
Schoolboy, have to come on to Michigan this weekend. We'll get our RC race going afterwards. We'll get that on film. We'll do a couple rounds.
Dude, we have a spot for real. Rain or shine in a parking ramp.
230s at 68.
Oh yeah.
There's an invitation for you. By the way, I love the meme that Mark put up with that blue steel look, by the way, Schoolboy, about the RC racing. Can't let that down.
Yeah, whatever.
That was funny. But anyways, no harm. We appreciate you guys. All really do. We're just having a little bit of fun. Don't mind. But Trent's going to show us the schedule of the events that are coming up here.
Yeah, this is right off of the calendar, the schedule that Carrie Gendrich puts together, which is now, as I was trying to show up here, is actually sponsored by Ship Out Supply. So they're helping to put that stuff together. And if you guys haven't seen it, just reach out to Kara. She'll get you a link to it, or it's a free thing that everybody can look at. But I know she's got I think the Big End Banger down at Muncie, which is backwards. Let's see here. Obviously, Duck X is going on all week. It says in here Detroithood, but I'm pretty sure that's the wrong weekend because that was last weekend. Hoosier No Prep.
The chair on the strip this weekend.
Yeah, the Terror on the Strip. That one's not on here. That didn't make it on here yet. Hoosier No Prep down at Speed New Hope. Street Wars at Great Lakes on Sunday, and then NPK down at Texas Motorplex if you guys are in the South. Next weekend has got a whole lot of stuff going on. Streetcar Brawl, H-Town Throwdown, Small Block Chaos. Let's see here. I mean, there's Streetcar Takeover, Battle of 20. I mean, there's like 9 different races around the country going on. So and you're going to start seeing the races more in the South because it's going to get too cold up here. But there's still more racing to go on, and there's still going to be a lot of stuff happening. And yeah, that's all I got for now.
Appreciate it. Thank you for sharing with everybody. What races are you all going to be at this weekend, everybody? Out of curiosity.
Limpy and Onondaga.
Okay.
Jasper, are you going to Muncie on Friday?
Man, dude, I really want to, but I also like keeping my wife. So I'm trying to decide if I just racing 3 days in a row and then possibly racing with 1320 the next week and then go into the 100 grander after she had to put up with us living in the barn for the last 2 weeks and 45 people in and out of the driveway. I'm trying to decide like
big lift.
What is the amount before she's like, all right, I'm out.
Yeah.
Like SpongeBob. I really want to go to Muncie though. Like this car, I think can crush it on that surface. I mean, you own a coupe. That's what it's all about. Ditch those new edges, ditch all that other junk, get you a coupe. So I can't wait to run into Beater Bomb again. I'm just going to tell him, well, I couldn't beat you, so I joined you.
That's provided he's not banned.
But yeah, I love Muncie, man. If to give a plug to a race, the Big End Banger has honestly been one of my favorite races since the first one I went to, man. The Mad guys are really, really cool.
Hell yeah.
they're crazy like us. They'll build a car in 5 days or 7 days. They've done it online before. Like, we relate with them a lot, and they're nothing but a good time. And the track surface is my style. Like, I really like the slower tracks. Like, I like to stay away from like what Mark wants to run at.
Yep.
Mark
But-
just wants to go fast. He's like Ricky Bobby.
That's why we never go. Like, I've never, ever prep raced my car, because I figured the first time we do and we start going real fast, I am not going to want to go slow anymore. And I'm going to think everywhere I go that, well, I can go this fast, and find out that I am wrong.
So, Joey, are you going to be going anywhere this weekend, racing at all?
I think we're gonna take Zach's car to the track Sunday just to do some testing, but then I gotta ask Schoolboy what the fuck is going on Sunday. I think we were asking earlier. Maybe
Is that usually our state aid usually?
Maybe something for that back there.
All right. Well,
RC Cash Day Sunday.
Oh, what the fuck.
Yeah.
Just wait, Joey. You're gonna get in the off season and realize it's cheaper than traveling.
Well, I'll catch up with you guys a little bit afterwards. So I have, I will be with Limpy this weekend. Josh is going to be covering the Muncie race down there. So there'll be phone coverage of both events for everybody who's watching and wants to see either one or both of them. We'll have our video for it, and Josh will have it on his channel on Ohio Street Racing. He'll have the video for that one. And so this will be covered on, some good footage. And so looking forward to that. Next weekend after that, we'll be filming with 1320, a little street action. If you were invited, you got an invite already, what's happening. If not, you guys will watch it on the channel here. You'll see some good street action. It's gonna be pretty good. It's another cash days going down, basically type style event, hat race. And if there's anything more surprise that happens, you guys will see it on the video after this weekend. So we'll keep in touch unless you guys all know what's happening on the tracks and in the streets. We try to cover it all. Just let us know. We'll be there. Help support you guys as best as we can. I said we'll work on getting more crews for you guys. But I thank you all for being on. I appreciate it. We went over a little bit. We had some technical difficulties. Sorry to all the fans and everybody out there. Apologize about that. And I'm gonna play a Schoolboy run from his event right here. I'm gonna throw the video up, and then we're gonna throw the one event from Michigan, Detroit TV Pyop one more time. So give me a second here as I throw. There's Schoolboy's win, and he's the track here. Yeah.
Thanks for having me on, Brian. Good talking about you guys.
Appreciate having you too.
Yeah, thank you.
Fuck you, Trent.
Suck dick, Joey. It wouldn't be right if you were nice.
So I saw there.
Race.
Ooh,
That looked like a race, Nick.
till about 400 feet. How many cars, Nick?
10 cars, I think.
10?
What?
19 cars, you were out on them?
Oh, I thought you said how many
Damn.
cars were in the race. Oh,
Freight
I don't
train.
know, maybe a car or so. He was probably at the back bumper. I couldn't see the video. What?
Yeah,
I got
Oh, here, I'll play it one more time for you. Hold on one second.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it. I didn't see the last one either.
I
Yeah,
can't
that's
see.
why we like turned it on
You
on
gotta
the
go in the
TV.
gallery. There's another setting on your phone, so you have to see the faces that are talking. Let's see if that plays now while I'm talking here.
Here you go.
It's the one from on your feed that you had. It's the your car and the other white car.
Oh, okay, yeah, that was the semifinal. That wasn't the final.
It looks
So-
like more than one car.
Yeah, I think that was like 2 cars, maybe.
Subtle.
Alrighty. Well, we appreciate you guys. We'll catch back with you guys after this weekend, and you all have a good day. I'm going to throw the other video up there, our intro video, just kind of a little teaser for what's coming, not fully polished, but we'll throw another video back up there.
What's
And
up,
you guys
everybody?
have a great day.
Hey, everybody,
Thank
we're
you.
here with Jake and Brian here from MSK. We're getting ready for this Detroithood Pyop, pour your own puddle, and ready to get down and get this footage. You guys ready to watch? Let's get to that action. Let's get it.
I ran up a check, I might do it again. Enemies close, have me thinking they're friends. 10 toes down, I'll be free until the end. Crib outside the city, I don't feel safe in my hands. Took too many years, I was waiting for the wins. I'm in debt to no one but the one who took my sins. I do it for real, there's no reason to pretend. If I do it once, I do it again. Add it up, bankroll, euro, face roll. all me, everything is on me, gon' back it up. Told you I'ma do me, why you hating on me? It's not adding up. I do roll like a Mack truck, country heart, I might cop a farm and go act up. Lot of scars, I was cold hearted, I'm backed up. Keep it real, I do this once a month, the money ain't stacked up, only buying car, take it tatted up. All that other bull, it don't matter much. You only climb me, I put the ladders up. No fault, I done doubled up on the workload. I think I fell in love with the bankroll. Pray up, get money, then we lay low. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. You matter what? Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. You matter what?
Wow, dog. That's the definition allows you to see
I like this outcome better.
Fuck yeah.